is coming up next, though. Another stacked one.
Well, introducing Inaba from the land of the rising sun, Japan, playing a big part in world surfing these days. He's up against the Mihimana Braye. Jake Marshall represents the Stars and Stripes, and Adrien Toyon will make up the stack of 4 here. There's plenty of opportunity. Travis Logie's decided, let's get day 1 underway. Here goes Adrien Toyon. The Europeans know how to surf their turf. He'll join the dots on 2 maneuvers for us. Let's have a look at his wave 1.
A good solid set wave. I like the fact that wind's lying down a little bit. It's making it a little bit easier for these guys to attack. Kind of catching right there. And then again, not getting the board right up and over the top of that. So he's not that. He's got a wave under his belt though. That was a nice maneuver, but you can see just grabbing that inside rail, and it sort of wiped off a lot of speed, which then just kind of fizzled out and didn't really get him enough speed to get up and over the whitewater. You can see the body language there, not too happy with that.
The first event that represents on the qualifying series is in Israel. He got a 5th with that. We'll follow now the Japanese surfer. Vertical attack. Now around the corner. Nice pace to this wave. Squared up hit. You can't help but think that the tide's playing a little part to this right now. Let's have a look at this replay here. There's that vertical attack of the Japanese.
Yeah, that was better, wasn't it? You could see getting the fins out the back, showing a little bit more initiative on that one. I think we're going to see the better score of the heat so far, but still.
Events now in Morocco, the Azores, and here goes Mihimana. Big power rip. Just the one turn though, so it looks like that outgoing tide just foxing the lineup a little bit here. Following now the Japanese surfer. Nice pivot. And incomplete. So I don't think there's a little bit of a tidal rush going on in the water right now. And for these young guys, it's a show up and blow up. That's how you've got to get through heats. Here we go. This is Braye. Nice end section hit. Opened with a 2.97. Now we've just seen his wave number 2, so for a long time holding that priority. Let's have a look at wave number 2 here, Potts.
Yeah, first maneuver. Oh, and then this is where all the points are going to come from right there. That's better. That's probably one of the more committed turns we've seen, especially in this heat. So he's currently got a 2.97 in his scoreline.
Get a good result.
Looking forward to seeing more of your surfing. Well done.
Well, back to live action here as the Tahitian, currently occupying that 2nd place position, gets out the gates for wave number 3.
The Addison we had this morning, all day, everything's happening.
Well, Stride, I'm going to ask you about water temperatures. We're just watching Inaba here. He's picking up on another ride here. He's finding that little inside gutter that you spoke about, Strides. Is he in a different part of the lineup to the rest of the crew? Channel from the Sahara Desert, so we get all that warm air coming across the Rock of Gibraltar. We'll talk more geography later. Let's talk surfing as we get Toyon underway here. He's waited a long time for this wave, and he's ripping into it. So, European flavour here, as Adrien Toyon will just jam out this wave all the way through the inside. He'll milk it for every last penny, or whatever currency they use here in Portugal. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, tricky takeoff. So got that sort of the hardest part done, and I love this big wrapping cut back that he does. Nice little turn here. This one right here as he puts the board right on the rail, brings it all the way back around and bangs it off the whitewater as a beautiful, smooth wraparound cutback, which is difficult to do. So we're looking at maybe one of the better scores of the heat gigs. You can see obviously
how's that boost?
Yeah, nice to get up and over. Nice little sort of snap right there, gets the body around, but then this wraparound cutty, definitely the best scoring maneuver of the wave there. You can see just drawing it around all the way back and then bangs it off the whitewater. Gets that slingshot back out onto the open face. So nice variety, length of ride.
Hasn't been punched in just yet. Now movement from Mihimana Braye. Boom, nice hit for him. Now goofy foot exchanges going on here in this heat. Strong surfing to match Toyon from Braye there. And going back to that number, 567 Potts, so best number there for your man in, and see what Mihimana Braye brings in, and then it'll just disappear.
Yeah, exactly right. And then it changes all day long. Nice opening turn there for Mihimana. And again, bang, more aggression, more power. He's going to move up into the top 2 with that wave.
The voice of Nuno Genet there in the background.
Oh, he's been around for...
Hasn't he?
He was commentating when I was on tour.
Many stories to tell about Nuno Genet. As now, the American gets moving. Jake Marshall, finally. Nice little flare there. He brings himself into the story very late on with 11 minutes to go. Meanwhile, back into motion is the Japanese surfer. So 3 goofy footers making it hard for Jake Marshall here.
I think Jake Marshall's making it hard for himself. He just hasn't really caught anything. Here he goes now. Waiting for it. And just fitting in that last turn. So that is without a doubt his best wave, but he's leaving his run a bit late. Inaba snaps it off the top. He's going to need more than that to get himself into the top.
Mid to higher 5s in the range. Now here we go. Battle for the lead here between Toyon and Braye. Down the line, we saw him really wrapping, and he'll go progressional, and he'll over rotate. He'll spill the beans. And as we cue that, we'll just have a look and see your heat leader now trying to ditch the 4. He's going to muscle with this, and it's not going to happen on that. So with Mihimana Braye down and leading the heat, he comes up next against Josh Burke, Diego Mignot, and Dave DeCarmo. Meanwhile, Toyon will hammer away here. And as I say that, he'll just trip over a rope and go down. Nonetheless, trying to knock on the door for the heat lead here. And now Marshall activated down the line. He's going to pick on that left-hander again. Found the 4-point range score early on. Now trying to add on top of that. Needs to go into the 5+ range.
Oh, this wave kind of going nowhere at the moment, Diggs.
We're just following it. He's heading all the way down to the next state. Gee, and how long was that ride? Indication of how big the beach is here. Meanwhile, Mihimana Braye, the Tahitian, will surf with a steady pace here. He's allowing this wave to build up. Critical as he comes down the face, and he holds it to partial fines.
Yeah, well, I like these shorter, more intense waves. Obviously, that last one from Jake, one of the longer waves, and kind of waited a long time, but Mihimana there, that was a nice vertical snap to finish that one off. I think the judges are kind of wanting that, just that sort of that more vertical face with some radical surfing. This wave here really didn't offer that. You can see just chasing it all the way down the line there, milking it through, waiting for it to stand up. So a lot of downtime on this wave, which is not going to bode well with the judges. You can see him just not really scoring, as you could say, bringing it down, and finally gets a nice little backside snap. So a lot of downtime on that wave though, Giggs.
They often get to review waves as well. Meanwhile, we're following live action. Heat leader, Tahitian, back to the again, and he'll ramp over that little section as well. Of course, looking down the draw to the next heat. DeCarmo will be up next. Now we're following Toyon. Oh, lovely dump floater there. Mihimana Braye now. Rio Inaba, the Japanese surfer, quick to answer. The 3 goofy footers have found the right-handers and they're working them. And the judges are going on heavy backlog here. Let's have a look at the Japanese surfer Rio Inaba here.
I love the style. Nice opening maneuver, waiting for it to stand up. Now he starts to connect with the lip. Just kind of, I think, maybe just a little bit ahead of it. Timing's super important in these kind of tricky beach breaks, Gigs, and it looks like the backhanders are trying to find that vertical face. There it is, and it's that free fall drop. So both guys trying to improve their situation, identifying it's a close heat. And here's the young Tahitian showing a little bit of power. Nice little snap and brings it through the inside, finishing strong. So at the moment, Mihimana ends up paddling everywhere.
And here is your heat leader. It's all calm in the world of Mihimana Braye right now as he goes backhand attack. Already holds a 6.83 and a 5.7. He'll just glide this one into the beach here at Genshu. And he'll be through to the next round here, Potts. Little tussle there between, you can see that's the tail end of a lot of paddling between red and green, and the frustration of Adrien Toyon, the Frenchman. He's going to be out of the draw. The heat win is going to go to that man on screen.